Hi, this is Billie Beene here with another segment of Truth by Billie Beene Special Report, October 16, 2022. New. This is my third YouTube channel. I have a subscribe button in the lower right corner of my screen. Thanks for like, subscribe, and share. Episode 439, Bio 2, Ebola Mutates, a lockdown in Uganda. Some of my sources are God in the Bible, Patriot Subscribers, Florida Maquis, Mary Greeley, Super Soldier Talk, Jimmy Paine, previous video I've done. So let's get to it. Alright, I've done several videos, and they should be linked in the one video I'll link, which I did on October 9. This has to do with Ebola, which is like a hemorrhagic fever. It has like a 21-day incubation period once you're exposed to it. And then you have flu-like symptoms, but then you have under the skin bleeding, and you begin in a few days to bleed out from like eyes, ears, nose, body openings. Death ensues within 10 days after you go active. And with this particular Uganda strain, the death rate is about 50%. But now there are 5 different strains, and some strains the death rate is 100%. So today I'll be talking about the one that's in Uganda. So here is Africa, here is Uganda, here is the US over here. We have off of Africa. Okay. So now we have, and I've done previous videos too. Here's Mauritius. This is a small island nation that has labs on it where they raise monkeys, and the monkeys came into the U.S. and then went down to Florida to a lab off of Florida. And that's in previous videos, and it should be in the one of the videos in the one I'm linking, so you can get that additional information. Now, this Florida Maquis is bringing out this information that Ebola inside Ukraine has a new type of strain, and he's bringing out this information that the Ebola has a gain of function. It was created in a lab where you can have active Ebola and you appear to get over it. But what they have discovered is that it can go dormant and then suddenly spring forth and go active in your body. But it can be dormant inside the brain, the eyes, male testicles, male semen, so it can be passed sexually, and spinal fluid. And it's dormant. You test negative, like you don't have it. But they have discovered it can spring forth and then go active and be infectious. Now with this new strain, and this is what's prompting now in October of 2022, they're going to a lockdown. The way in which you had contracted Ebola in the past was direct contact with the body, whether it was alive or dead. They learned over time it was still active in the dead body, and the dead body has to be cremated, really. And even handling the dead body without, the PPE on. And the PPE, the personal protective equipment that had been being used, was like a bio level 2 or 3, which means a hazmat suit and glasses and mask and gloves like that. A bio level 4 has a separate oxygen mask so that you're not even breathing the air around the individual. So this has been going on with the bio level 2 to 3, and they haven't been able to contain it, and they've had it's about a 50% kill rate now. And but most recently they had a new situation develop that has changed things. Okay, so Ebola mutate, it appears. And this is what happened. They had a casket with the dead body inside. They had, the people attending, carrying the casket, and maybe they were going to carry the casket somewhere with the body in it and burn it, because as far as I know, burning the body is one of the ways you contain this illness. But the pallbearers, the people handling the casket, who had not come in direct contact with the body, came down with Ebola. Now, anyone who's, science was my major. I used to teach high school science. Okay, so you logically then began to think, has it mutated? Has it gone airborne? What does that mean, airborne? Airborne is how we get colds and flu. Someone has it, they breathe it out, we walk along, we breathe in that air, and we get it. It's airborne. Now, prior to this incident, what was known about Ebola was that you had to have direct contact with the body or body fluids, or an object that had the body fluids on it, like that. It had to be direct with the body in some way, or with an animal that was carrying the Ebola or something like it. But this incident, these individuals who came down had not had direct contact with the body while it was living or when it was dead. It was inside the casket. What does that mean? It means the body inside the casket was releasing the Ebola through the air. It escaped through, the little opening of the casket. These individuals handling the casket contracted it by breathing in the air. Airborne. Scary, huh? Well then, this came out recently. This was on a Super Soldier Talk, an interview with a super soldier called Jimmy Paine. It was about the Apollo series, but he also mentioned this. In the movie Outbreak, which I, like thousands of other biology teachers, always showed our students, usually at the end of the year. One, we wanted them, in an entertaining way, it shows how contagious diseases are transmitted. And it shows different levels of bio-equipment and training and how you treat contagious diseases. But it's in a movie format and it's entertaining. Outbreak. And in this movie, they had a small town where the contagious virus mutated and became airborne. And so the U.S. government was going to clean sweep, bomb the area. And in the beginning of the movie, it shows the U.S. military in Zaire and implies that they are doing something like gain of function, creating a bioweapon. And then they come in with what they call Operation Clean Sweep and drop bombs to kill everyone there, because that's the only way, since it had gone airborne, to control the spread. Now, do I think it's possible that Ebola has mutated and gone airborne? It appears to be possible. Now, Florida Maquis was bringing this out, that in the brain and the spinal fluid, in eyes, in male testicles and male semen, that the Ebola could live for years and then suddenly spring forth. So we could still be talking about some kind of physical manifestation that we are not familiar with. So we'll have to see. But I think we should be in prayer about it. And remember, Ephesians chapter 6, we can always put on that armor from God to protect us from things outside our body. And it's good to remember God is in charge and He is on the move. I love you, and I'll see you soon.